Hello, this is Tim Lancia, and I'm doing my video on the memory card game app, which is number 7. Here's my handlebar laps to show you that I've completed it all. Now let's look at the code. So here, it's all in this one document. So here in the beginning, we just have our styles that we kind of just went over. And then we have this kind of get column offset. This is where the kind of columns shift to the middle. It's kind of more towards the animation stuff. And here we have, this is just the code that has that happening. This render basically just says, displays the card if is visible is set to true. And this just says if visible is not set to true, then you're going to just display the card back. And here's just more animation, and this is how that animation looks. Then we have the same thing for the row offset, and it's kind of just the same thing as the column. You have this section is for the offset, so it's kind of shifting horizontally. No, sorry, this one's vertically. And then you have the opacity. There we go. Opacity, so it's going from clear to fully visible. Then we just have this render, and again, just showing it. And then here we have our initial state, where we have several arrays and several like move count, where we're incrementing to kind of see how many moves there are. Here, we're just checks if the game is completed. So if you have all 6 matching pairs, then it'll call this, which is just an alert. And in here we have this kind of reset button, where it's saying we're going to set the state to the initial state, and we're also going to call this .draw, because if we don't do this, there is no like cards in the beginning. Then we have kind of one of the main functions is draw, where we have these 2 different arrays. Possible cards is just every card, and then the selected cards are going to be the ones that the 6 different pairs. And so here we have the randomizes, which just kind of selects those 6 different cards, and then it pushes 2 of them because we want a pair of them into this array, and then we want to splice those cards from the possible cards so they're not selected twice. And this line just kind of rearranges them so they're not just right next to each other in that array. Then we have this just splits it into 4 separate rows, 3 columns. And then we have kind of the handle card press. This is where most of our game logic goes. This section, we kind of only allows 2 cards to be like selected and visible. So it prevents somebody from selecting 3 different cards. And then we have, this is where we just increment the moves so we can show them at the end if pairs match. This is just kind of, if the pairs match, then keep them flipped. And this is just saving the first selection so you can compare them at the end. And then you have the ID. So this just kind of prevents somebody from hitting the same card twice and it flipping the other card. That's just kind of fixing that bug. And then we have this part, which just kind of... so instead of having to hit a third time, you just select a third card, and if the previous were pairs, then it keeps them selected, but if not, it flips them back over while also flipping the new card over. And then we just have the render. That's basically it. Now let's switch over to the app demo. And here we have the app. So we have all of the cards, how we want them. We can select them. It takes a little while for the cards to actually render because we're actually pulling the assets and we are waiting for them to load. So if we just play it, see it works. So we got the jack, we got the 3s. Another jack, queen was down there. 9, 9. There we go. Oh, there we go. There we have that winner. Then we have that reset button, and it expands, and everything's all nice. So thanks for watching.